After losing to the Rams in Week 18, we move on to the wild card week to see that we have a home field matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go, guys. Let's go. We got to look at their team real quick, but we could have a home field in the divisional should a lower seed lose. So you know their defense is going to have guys like Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence coming off the edge, helping out that run game and pass rush. And they also got Trayvon Diggs. So we got to look to get past all these dudes, man. Let's hop into this one. Come on. We start establishing some good position on our first drive, coming all the way down on our own 28-yard line. We call the read option and pull the ball, and I almost slid, but unfortunately we had butterfingers today, and we fumbled the ball and give it to the Cowboys. Since Dallas decided to score, we had to come out with some vengeance on the 2nd and 5 right here. We saw DK, of course, getting pressed on, so we had to make that corner pay respects. And then we looked for our big target, Noah Fant, in the end zone right here to tie it up at 7. And we had no plan to stop as it was 7-7 and the Dallas offense couldn't retaliate. We had to make them pay. They had to understand that this Seahawks faithful offense was playoff ready, and they simply weren't. We looked on the 2nd and 10 right here on our own 35 and hit Noah Fant on this corner route to get us good and going. And on this 35 in the red zone, we look and we almost don't convert right here, but Kenneth Walker keeps his feet pushing to get us forward. We knew we had to finish off the drive on the 3rd and goal right here, so we hit our big target Noah Fant again in the red zone to touch it in and let him do his little dancey dance to put us up 6, 13-7. After this, the Cowboys defense had to start playing a little bit different. On the 43-yard line, of course, they ended up getting a 3rd and out. And later on in the game, when we try to set up a 2-minute drill, we hit the snap button a little bit too many times and we end up throwing a pick. Fortunately for us, they did not score, so we had to make them pay in another 2-minute drill, and we ended up getting a good score right here to, I'm pretty sure, who was it? No, Will Dissly. We ended up doing a fullback dive. That's pretty nasty, I'm not going to lie. We start the second half off with some good momentum, pushing it all the way down to our own 7-yard line. And as we're in the red zone, we almost make a play for a touchdown, but they get a touchback as they pick the ball off. Well, Trayvon Diggs does, and he makes a great play right there. And unfortunately, they don't score, so we have to make them pay because for some reason, Dak Prescott and this offense, it just sucks. We continued this momentum by hitting DK Metcalf over the middle with a good touch pass on this crossing route to get us into the red zone on our 3-yard line. And we ended up hitting our starting fullback, backup tight end, Will Dissly, to get him some good touchdown yardage. He needs it. He's been putting in some good work this game. 2 total scores for him. And when I tell you that we gave this Cowboys offense enough chances to score, but they simply didn't capitalize, like, I'd be lying because they just didn't want to score whenever we gave them the ball. But don't worry, because DK Metcalf is going to score when we give him the ball. That's another score to put us up 35-7 right here. We walk out of the wild card game with a 49-14 victory, much opposite of both of these two teams' real life matchups, but they didn't really verse each other in real life, so it doesn't matter. We almost had a 500-yard passing game in this wild card, but we did have 3 interceptions, so that's definitely something we have to account for later on when we're versing some harder teams. We just gotta be better on their interceptions. 120 passer rating, 34 of 45, 497 passing yards with a 75 completion percentage, 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions with the longest pass of 45 yards. We average 11 yards per pass. And Kenneth Walker had 2 fumbles, but he had 3.3 yards per carry with 42 yards for 14 touches. I guess you could say a below average game, but, we didn't really need much help. DK Metcalf with 237 and 2 scores, and Noah Fant with 2 scores with 86 yards, man. So after dominating our wild card matchup, we move on to see that we verse the Packers in the divisional. We have the home field advantage, the 4-6 matchup. Now, right here, we get a great upgrade to 90 overall. 2 on the throw under pressure, man. Get us up to that 86 on our improvised. But we're gonna look at the defense right here. They got a few hitters on their defense. You got to see 89 linebacker, 98 Jair Alexander, man. We really got to watch out for this squad. They got a good defense, and that their offense is gonna come out scoring just like they did, led by Aaron Rodgers. It's already 7-0 in the first, and they already scoring, man. So we got to retaliate just on them, nice and easy. We're in the red zone right here. We hit Noah Fant on back-to-back corner routes to get us tied up 7-7 because we trust in our kicker, man. He ain't Brett Meyer, but come on, man, nice and easy. The Green Bay Packers simply didn't want to go down on offense, but I wasn't really surprised because they had Aaron Rodgers leading the helm. We got caught on the 3rd and 11 right here, and we ended up making a wrong read, which ended up kind of helping us out because we used that momentum later on to score with Tyler Lockett on a quick slant route. Because honestly, this team, they just didn't want to go down without a fight. They came into Lumen Field today expecting to throw their big punches, and we responded all the time in the first half, man. Like, there was no chance we were going to come out here and let the Green Bay Packers think that they could just walk all over our defense like it was nothing, man. We're in the red zone now. We're so close to scoring, and of course, we're going to hit a nice little check down to our man Will Dissly for a good score, man. Come on, 21 up. After the score, we tried to set up a 2-minute drill on a 2nd and 2 on our own 33. We unfortunately threw a pick though. We were just getting too excited down the field and tried to force something down it, but it didn't really do much damage because they didn't score. And then the second half started. We marched our way down the field and ended up hitting our #1 receiver, DK. Come on, man. He marched his way right into the end zone to give us a good lead right here. After scoring, we tried to march our way down the field, and DK Metcalf was even with the corner, but we simply just made a wrong read on this play and threw a pick, man. I don't know what happened. Our defense came to play today, and we knew that this game was going to be a dogfight. So it's time for us to show up. We were hitting check down streaks, whatever we had to do to put our team in a good position right here. It just felt like it was our turn to start showing up for our squad, and we started calling different types of runs even well. Kenneth Walker got a good rush right there, 13 rushes for 55 yards in the day, and we end up even getting sacked right here, so close to the red zone, so close to scoring. But of course, we're going to call an audible right here. We're going to look for DK Metcalf on this whip route. We saw it was man coverage, and he got open, man. Love to see it, man. Put us up 35-24, man. 11-point game. Come on. It was clear that their defense just wanted to come out here and cause some havoc. As we continue to drive down the field, Eric Stokes came up with another interception to make a play for his squad, man. He's going crazy today. And this missed time throw right here may have just cost us the game. On 2nd and 10, we had the streak open. Had we had lobbed it over and waited a little bit more time, the Packers offense ended up scoring, but we couldn't worry about any of the pass drives because every pass and possession going forward meant the game was on the line. It was a one-score game, and we had to find a way to put ourselves in the end zone to make sure that this game was at least tied before the 2-minute warning. And we ended up getting to a 2nd and goal and finding Kenneth Walker in the flat, and he ended up getting us a score to tie it up at 42. Our defense was playing out of their mind, so it was no surprise when they forced overtime, but they allowed the Packers to score their first drive on the overtime. We knew we had to come out and get a score regardless of what happened, but this just added a little bit of extra pressure that we already knew we were ready for. We had 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions on the day, so we knew as an undrafted rookie, this was not a good look going into the offseason because there might be some sort of a narrative of how we can't perform in big games. We can't worry about any of that BS though, as we're getting some good luck right here from the referees, and we get all the way down into the red zone in this NFC divisional game right here, punch it into the 1-yard line, and you know what we're going to go with on the goal line, man, that QB sneak. We need our defense to come up big right here. Hopefully they can get a stop. If they do, maybe, just maybe we can move on to the NFC Conference Championship. Our defense clearly came out to play today, and I couldn't be more proud of our side of the ball, man. They really balled out today and showed why they were one of the best units in the league, and we clearly sold them today. As you know, 4 interceptions, just doing that to our squad, and even having a fumble too. Just can't do that. You just can't do that, man. We end up losing the game 52-49, man. A very, very heartbreaker at home right here. Aaron Rodgers moves on to the NFC Championship, so congratulations to him and the Packers. A 112 QB rating, 41 of 52 attempts, 526 passing yards, 6 of 4 touchdown to interceptions. Man, 75 completion percentage. You know, we did not have a fumble. I'm sorry about that. We had a touchdown on the ground, but you know, we gave him the ball a lot. And DK Metcalf went crazy, 236 for 2 scores. But we spread the ball around pretty well. You know, hopefully, you know, next season, you know, we're gonna do something better. You know, we're going to be better. You know, we got to find out, you know, because look, we had a lot of good stats, led in passing yards and touchdowns and also interceptions. So got to watch out for that, man.